To begin my discussion, I will, as Socrates often did, pose a series of questions. 1. What do we mean by God? 2. If God exists, then is there a God who is separate from his creation? 3. If so, how can God be separate from his creation, and yet involved, or even care about its outcome? What do we mean by God? According to the American Heritage Dictionary 4th edition. 1. A being conceived as the perfect, omnipotent, omniscient originator and ruler of the universe, the principal object of faith and worship in monotheistic religions. 2. The force, effect, or a manifestation or aspect of this being. 3. A being of supernatural powers or attributes, believed in and worshipped by a people, especially a male deity thought to control some part of nature or reality. This leads to the questions of what do I mean by supernatural and natural? Supernatural is of, or relating to existence outside of the natural world. Natural is defined as present in, or produced by nature. Nature is the material world and its phenomenon. If God exists, then is there a God who is separate from his creation? If so, how can God be separate from his creation, and yet involved, or even care about its outcome? I think the answer to both of these questions is no. I think that there is no supernatural being that is involved in the everyday affairs or events of life on this earth. Something supernatural could not have a relationship with something natural, because they have nothing in common, and as a 19th century skeptic once wrote, nothing is, or can be known of the supreme cause as a deity or God, for to conceive the idea would involve a conception of the inconceivable, and as every conception involves relation, likeness, and difference, whatever does not present each of these is unknowable. In other words, whatever is beyond the natural, and not bound by the laws of nature, has no relationship with nature. If I were wrong and there is a supernatural revealer, then how would my natural mind relate to his supernatural revelation? The theist would say I would relate, because I have a soul and spirit. Then I would ask, is the soul and spirit supernatural, and what does it have in common with my natural environment? As I stated before, something supernatural is of, or relating to existence outside of the natural world, and therefore a soul could not occupy something inside of nature, because it would exist outside of the natural world. Therefore a soul does not exist. Therefore I conclude that 1. By our commonly accepted definitions, the natural world is material. 2. Something that is supernatural is not material, that is, God is a spirit, and a material phenomenon. 3. How would the material become aware of the immaterial? Because they have nothing in common. As stated before, as every conception involves relation, likeness, and difference, whatever does not present each of these is unknowable. 4. Therefore to a temporal material entity or phenomenon such as evolved humans, God does not exist, because his existence would be unknowable or undetectable.